So I was making about between 17 and 1,800 shots a day in the month of March.
Good morning, everyone. It's such a beautiful day outside. It really, really is. I mean, it's warm. I love it. The sun is glowing on this boy head. So, hey, we're going to get busy this morning. We have the pleasure on our Steve Taylor Community Connection show this morning to introduce to you, we have the phenomenal All-NBA everything shooter, okay, the greatest shooter in the world, Mr. Anthony Miracola. What's up, dude?
Not much. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Thanks for coming in. Of course, we have the boss there, the boss man Steve Taylor, and the GOAT, Mr. Tom Cole. Hey, but thanks for coming in. I think I want to kick this off just by really saying you've had a phenomenal shooting exhibition career. You really, really have. Mm-hmm. And what I want to know, how did all this start? I mean, you've broken records all throughout the world, and just give our audience a little bit of insight of how it all started.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, just from the time I was like his age, really young, I was into sports, and I love baseball, basketball, football, and I played all sports. But basketball, I just seemed to, as I started to grow older, like a little more. I was good at all three sports, but I felt like I was better at basketball. It was more challenging, and I was a good shooter from the get-go. My dad was a pretty good shooter, and he taught me how to shoot, and I just kind of ran with it.
What age were you then, when you first started shooting?
I would say right around like 3, 4, 5 years old, but I didn't take it really serious, but I, in the front yard, messing around, and then I started getting on like some, little teams and stuff. And I from the get-go, I was kind of a little bit better than most kids,
right?
Especially at like dribbling and shooting, like the skills of it, and I gained confidence and practiced a lot,
Nice.
That's really not a whole lot to it. And then as I grew older, I just, I was a good player, and I just enjoyed working at my game, and I always felt like I was a better shooter than most people or whoever I was playing with or against, and I just kept practicing and getting better. And,
Well, I would say, Anthony, that's flat out true. I've seen the video of you.
Yes.
But understatement. Yeah, but I'll tell you, Anthony, we have Anthony Big and little Anthony here, who's gonna do a dribbling thing for us later on. But Anthony, things that maybe some people don't understand about your skill set, which is extraordinary. Anybody that's seen you on the video, I mean, at first when I saw it, I thought this is, made up. Right, doctored, the video, nobody can shoot. Nobody can shoot like that. Your skill is incredible, but something I didn't realize, and we were chatting before we went on air, you can get your shot off the dribble. You are an incredible dribbler on top of that, because some people just see, okay, well, Anthony stands in place and shoots the basketball, and that's a real skill, but could you get it in a real game? And you can. So, what is it like when you play in a real game and you're knocking down those shots? What do people, they kind of gets their pause a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, in recent years, I haven't played a whole lot, but yeah, I mean, throughout my life playing and stuff, yeah, I mean, I had a lot of success as a player, and it was a lot of catch and shoot, but it was a lot off the dribbles. And I played point guard, and at times I would play the wing a little bit, but definitely was able to use screens and do step backs and pull-ups and different things and off the dribble, and mixed it up a lot. When I was a senior, I averaged almost 24 points a game.
Wow.
A lot of my points were created on my own, because I had the ball in my hands the majority of the time, so.
Yeah. You're exceptionally skilled. I mean, like when you watch the videos, it is kind of mind-boggling.
Yes.
When I watch it, it's like, oh my God.
Well, for those that don't know, we're talking about the world record.
Yeah.
You broke the world record for the most three-pointers in how many seconds?
Yeah, right now I have 7 world records, but
7 of them.
yeah,
Yes,
I broke the record for three-pointers. I have most in a minute, most in 3 minutes.
Wow.
And then I also have most in a minute with 1 ball and 1 rebounder, so I had to chase my own rebound.
Okay.
Corner to corner one.
Yeah.
And then free throws, I have most in a minute, most in 3 minutes, most in a minute on 1 foot, and then which is kind of like a tricky one, and then most behind the backboard shots in 1 minute where you arc it over the backboard like a trick shot.
Yeah,
That's a 7.
See, I can tell Junior's
Little
yawning
Anthony
because,
says, come on, Dad, I've
he's
seen
like,
you
hey,
do this
I've
stuff.
seen it, I've been there, and he's next. He's like, hey, I thought it was about me, I'm next.
Little Anthony's saying, hey, I got the same skill set. You guys aren't talking to me, but the behind the backboard thing is a cool thing, because you guys are all basketball guys, you know this. During a game when Larry Bird got forced out of bounds, and he flies out of bounds and he shoots it way out of bounds, over the back of the bat, and clean.
Mine weren't as tough as that, but
yeah.
I was just standing in a set position.
Just
one after another, but yeah.
And they said it was illegal. I always thought they should have given him 6 points for that shot.
I saw the same shot in this year's March Madness. Somebody did it and it didn't count. Same thing. I said nope, didn't count.
That should be a double 3. I mean, you can make one of those, you know. My gosh.
We were talking earlier that you have some other records coming up at the end of this summer, huh? So you're going to try to set some more records?
Coming up here, the next one I was gonna do was most free throws in 30 seconds. I think the record currently is 33 in 30 seconds. So I think it's gonna probably end up being, if I had to guess, September. I'm trying to work it out because I'm gonna work it out with another company. We're gonna do it together.
Cool.
So I think I'm gonna do it.
And then I see you, Anthony, you won some major, pretty big cash prizes on some of those things.
Yes.
There were some big prizes.
Yeah. I've won a lot of different things. The one real big one I'm guessing you're referring to is I was in almost a year ago, it was about 10, 11 months ago, last summer, I was in a competition in Pennsylvania called the 3-Point Open, and it was $1,000 entry fee per person, and it was, the grand prize was $100,000.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And it was the first day, everybody, there was like, I think 108 people that ended up being in it, and everybody did 2 practice rounds to start. The top 64, and they combined it, so like if you got, I think I got 27 and 25 or something, so my combined was 52 or something like that.
Yeah.
The next day they weeded everybody out, so it was the top 64 of the 108 made it to the single elimination bracket, just like the NCAA thing. With my combined score, I ended up being a 3 seed in one of the brackets. You know, so I think but I was the top 3 seed, so I was technically the 9th highest scoring going into that.
Yeah.
But it was all practice and everything, and I was, it was a long drive. I was like kind of sores. I had to shoot 2 rounds, and I got a good night of rest, and I felt good the next day, and I was comfortable. I knew the situation.
Right.
It was like going into it, it was unfamiliar, and I shot well. It was single elimination, so I had to defeat 6 straight guys, single elimination.
Wow, that's amazing.
And it was a lot of either current or former professional players.
Sure.
And different leagues in the United States and other countries, and a lot of social media, basketball trainers and guys, different things, and so it was a lot of good competition. I would say that I was probably happier to win the competition than to even win the money, because I'm that competitive.
It validates you
Exactly.
what you do.
Exactly.
But you should do, Anthony, when you walk into these things, you should do the Larry Bird when he was in the shooting contest in the NBA. Hey, who here's playing for second? Because you've got the resume to do that. You just walk in. Can you see the guys? They're all putting in 1,000. They see Anthony walk in. They go, "Oh man!"
Yeah, no, I actually, when I go to do stuff like that, I'm really like to myself.
Focus.
Yeah, sure.
Focus. Yeah, like a lot of the guys there were kind of trying to make connections and
Yeah,
talking,
right.
having a good time.
You're about
whatever.
your business.
Yeah, and then after that first night, I think a lot of them went out together, did different things, whatever. I actually stayed at a completely different hotel than everybody.
Wow.
I did my own thing. It was just my wife and I. She helped me rebound before all my rounds.
Yeah, how cool is that?
I was just really focused, because I felt like if I focus and I don't get off track, I have a really good chance to win this thing. And
wow, congratulations.
That's awesome.
No, when the adrenaline kicks in, when you're doing it for real, because you get a little adrenaline going, does that help you shoot? Does that help you focus?
Yes and no. I mean, you got to channel it like anything else. I'm sure, I know Terry's played at some high levels. It's like, I personally always feel some pressure, and I feel a little bit, anxiety, or maybe a little, a little nervous, a little bit of everything, happy, excited. And it's just, you got to figure a way to mentally stay focused and just kind of dial yourself in and make sure that when things don't go your way, you can pull back into, into gear and do the right thing and stay positive at all times, because it's just like when you're doing shooting competition, especially if it's live.
Yeah.
It's just like being in a game.
Right.
You might start off and miss a few shots. You might have a bad quarter, a bad half, but you got to stay focused on the task at hand. And that's kind of how it goes. Like with that competition we were talking about in other ones, it's not always like I just make every shot from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I've started off bad and finished good.
Strong. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of it. So it's just, you get worked up and everything, but you just got to figure a way to.
Well, for those that don't know or never had the opportunity to watch some of your record-breaking videos, can you just give us a little bit of information how they can do that? How can they watch your stuff, like on social media?
Yeah, I mean, all my stuff's Miracola 360.
Miracola.
Yeah, Miracola 360. And, you know, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube,
Nice.
TikTok, you know, basically anything that there is.
You know what, Anthony, to me, you're kind of the Pete Maravich in Northwestern Ohio from this standpoint. Maravich did things with basketball that really have never been done before, never duplicated. If you really study what Maravich did on his passes and some of his shooting, all the things. And I feel the same way about you. You've done things with shooting that just is mind-boggling. Terry is a great basketball player, but he looks at your stuff and goes, "Oh man, I don't know. I don't see myself doing that."
Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Terry was there for part of one of my, you know, he showed it when I was doing it. A lot of it too, I'm really disciplined. I'm really hard on myself too. So like when I'm standing there, I think when you were there, I was doing the one free throw thing. I might make 30, 40 in a row, and if I miss one, then I'm pissed off. And I try to get enough, you know, I'm shooting them lightning fast and trying to make every shot. And I'm just really my toughest critic, which I'm sure a lot of good athletes and people that are good at anything, that's how it is. You got to be tough on yourself.
Is it, Anthony, like golf? Steve's a really good golfer. The good golfers, he is. He shakes his head. But, well, you used to be a.
I used to be an okay golfer. Now I'm awful.
He's awful now, but he used to be good. But a good golfer, I think their swing is the same. They just change clubs to fit whatever the shot is. In basketball, when you're shooting, the fundamental is the same. I mean, everything you're replicating, muscle memory, it's all the same.
Yeah, and anybody who knows me, when I'm doing different things with basketball, I'm always talking muscle memory.
Okay.
You know, things like that, depth perception, your hand-eye coordination, just repetition, and that's a lot of what I do is I'm set in one spot and I'm working on, even though I have it perfected, I'm working on arc, rotation, my form, my technique, the flick of my wrist, my guide hand, making sure it's carrying through. Just a lot of the simple stuff I go over every single day of my life.
You should give shooting seminars for young kids. That would be such a, because Cross knows how many young kids, they practice a lot, but they're practicing the wrong fundamental. You know, it's like being a golfer, and if your swing is crummy, well, you're out there hitting 1,000 golf balls, it isn't going to get much better. You should be showing young kids the proper form and technique to shoot a basketball.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and maybe that's something in the future I could do bigger things like that, get out and do, you know, things. It's definitely something I've thought of. But yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, like for any competition or a world record that I'm preparing for, I'll amp it up and I'll do a lot of stuff geared towards whatever it is I'm going to do.
Got it.
But on a regular basis, I don't shoot. It might sound crazy. I don't shoot a ton of threes. I don't shoot a ton of anything. I just continue to work on my mechanics over and over, and I just beat it into myself.
Yeah, get it.
So it's like I'm doing it in my sleep. And, you know, and I've told Terry before too, I believe that I've made more shots than anybody. You know, I had surgery in April, and leading up to that, I wanted to get a lot of extra shots. Like I told him on the phone, in the month of March, I made more than 10,000 shots in the month of March.
Wow.
So I mean, if you know, or I'm sorry, not 10,000. I'm sorry, 50,000. I know it's a big difference, but I don't even know how I got that confused. But so I was making about between 17 and 1,800 shots a day in the month of March, knowing that in April I was gonna have surgery or whatever. I don't know, you know, and I'm just saying that's how I am. And on a normal situation, I'm usually making anywhere from 500 to 1,000 on a daily basis, and that's the bare minimum, you know. So it just always. But I mean, I keep it. It may sound like a lot, but I have it down to a science to where, you know, if I'm gonna make 1,000 shots, it's only gonna take me between an hour, hour and a half. It's just
that really is incredible.
Right to the point, because I have different machines, different things I use. People help me. And it's just there's no time wasted. It's as I've gotten older, I've actually feel like my workouts have gotten just so efficient. You know, I'm making more shots in less time, and I know exactly what I have a game plan. I know exactly, like right now, I know what I'm doing the rest of the month.
You work smart.
Exactly. I work hard, but I work smart, and I just know, I just get to the point. And it's more productive, because I know what works for me, and what works for me might not work for you. You got to find what works for you, and you got to keep it simple. And you know, I'm always trying to keep it positive and gain confidence. Watch the basketball, go into the hoop. You know, very simple stuff. So
you were talking about teaching kids. Well, he's teaching Anthony Jr. here, because I've seen some of those videos. And I mean, man, talk about getting, you know, a great education early on. But we were watching him dribble over there a second ago. I know he's going to do some stuff in a little bit, giving a little demonstration.
Well, I think Anthony Jr. take Cross to the hole right now. I think he dribbles right by him.
He can go right under his legs.
I know the Crosby left in the ducks, you know.
Well, Terry, I know you went to school with Anthony's dad.
Yes.
He was quite a player, huh?
Oh yeah, Nino was a great athlete. I mean, he really, really was. And the similarity between Anthony and his dad, they are scared of nothing. Okay, no challenges in life, right? They'll take it on. You know, he was one of the guys that just hung out with everybody. I mean, his dad Nino was one of the most popular students at the Willis. Everybody loved Nino, and he was so funny too. You know what I mean? And he's still funny today. You know, he said, "I look forward to tomorrow because tomorrow I'm going to be better looking than I was today."
Well, Nino's a great guy, and how proud he is of his son and his grandson. I mean, he's so proud of what you've accomplished. You know, he really is. It's a cool thing to see.
Right,
it really
right,
is.
Yeah. So your dad, he had a lot of respect from everybody at DeVilbiss High School, which I'm sure you realize yourself. Yeah.
Oh, he's a funny guy. That's for sure.
And very popular.
He knows just about everybody in the town. That's
Good stuff, man. We loved having you on. We loved sharing your story with all the people out there. It's hard to believe that, and I think a lot of people would know that there's a world record, Guinness Book World Records holder right here, 7-time world record, hopefully going for more. But keep up the great work. We can't wait to see what Anthony Jr. has to show for us in store too. So thanks everybody for tuning in to another one of Steve Taylor's Community Connections. We'll see you next time.
All right, okay, hey, get to your left. Left hand, okay, turn, protect it. Keep it back, yep. Right hand. Turn, get your eyes this way. Yep. Okay, let's go 2 hands. Nice and low, chop them. Keep trying to look up. Okay, crossovers. Nice and wide. Okay, 1 hand crossover. Okay, change hands. Same thing. Okay, now hey, reach across. Okay, in and out. Remember, get your left. Keep it a little lower. 1 more. Change hands. Make sure you're looking up a little bit. Now let's do behind the back. Finish. Do a couple behind the backs, okay? Send it over there. Okay, good. Good job. That's good enough. Good job, dude.